Does ignoring my husband help to teach him a lesson? Is it better to just ignore him when I'm feeling unhappy or disconnected? In today's video, I have answers to these questions and much more, while sharing with you the 4 methods of communication which cause active ignoring to happen in your marriage. By the end of the video, you will understand why you should never ignore your husband. This video will be in a virtual coaching format, which will go into detail on various life coaching techniques that I use in my practice. Welcome back to my channel. The best place for wives to supercharge communication, romance, and attraction. Because being an awesome wife rocks. Before we get into it, I want to thank the following 2 YouTube channels for showing this video series love. Thank you so much for supporting this video series. There are so many reasons why outwardly ignoring your husband can cause damage. There are 2 different types of ignoring that happens in marriage. Ignoring to excuse and ignoring to retaliate. Firstly, let's discuss ignoring to excuse. When you ignore to excuse, you're giving your partner the benefit of the doubt because maybe he just doesn't realize the impact he's having on you with what he is saying or what he is doing or not doing. Ignoring to excuse is like giving your husband a get out of jail free card. When you give him this freebie, it's a no harm, no foul moment that you aren't going to take offense to, regardless of what was said or what has happened. You shrug it off and just keep on moving. The following is what ignoring to excuse creates in your relationship. Freedom to coexist without both of you walking on eggshells. Freedom to you to shrug off the potential of a disagreement due to feeling offended or taking what he did or what he said the wrong way. Freedom for him to be himself and for you to be yourself. When there's freedom in the relationship, communication, romance, and attraction can flourish. By contrast, let's explore ignoring to retaliate. When you ignore to retaliate, you use ignoring as a weapon to hurt your partner. When you ignore to retaliate, you use ignoring as a weapon to either hurt your partner, retaliate, or to teach him a lesson. This form of ignoring can be extremely damaging to your marriage. The following is what ignoring to retaliate creates. Anger and resentment from the receiving party, feelings of isolation, feelings of fear or being out of control, distractions and decreased focus at work. And it actually causes him to flee more towards work as an escape, which creates even more feelings of isolation and disconnection in your marriage. Are you finding yourself ignoring your husband to retaliate more often than you would like? Consider this. Acknowledge how you feel and truly own your feelings. No apologies and no excuses. When you truly own your feelings, you can create a place of healing in your relationship. Address how you feel and what you need. He's not wired to pick up on subtle cues. And ignoring him because he's ignoring you just doesn't work. The lesson you're trying to teach him by ignoring him back will fall on deaf ears and only create more separation between you. Did you know that using ignoring as a method of retaliation is considered emotional abuse? So giving the cold shoulder, which is a more advanced level of ignoring to retaliate, is a tactic that many wives use. Just like gaslighting is considered emotional abuse, so is giving the cold shoulder. The more you understand the impact this is having on your partner, the better the opportunity is for you to find healthier ways to bridge the communication gap. Here are a few truths about ignoring to retaliate, dressed in cold shoulder behavior. There is unseen violence in silence. It's considered passive-aggressive behavior, which is just as damaging as aggressive behavior. The internal bruises are way longer lasting and are invisible. No one can see the scars that this behavior leaves behind. Your silence is darkness for your husband. Your smile and happiness is what gives your husband joy. When you withhold the thing that brings him joy, it causes damage. The most violent thing you can do is to take away your smile, your laughter, your happiness, your vulnerability, and your need for him. Once you take away the ability for him to be your knight in shining armor, he may lose sight of the very reason why he's there with you in the first place. But what if he's ignoring me? Is he ignoring you? If the answer is a solid yes, boundaries need to be set by you in your marriage. If you're interested in me making a video on how to set healthy boundaries in your relationship, let me know in the comment section below. If you aren't sure if he's actually ignoring you or not, proceed with caution because sometimes we assume things without having all the facts. Here's a lesson about masculine energy. Masculine energy is singular focused. When he's in his cave, he's working through his thoughts, his feelings, and his emotions. When he isolates himself and goes into his cave, he has no idea you're feeling ignored. He's doing his best to process all his own stuff. Does this make sense so far? And if this coaching session is resonating with you, hit the like button and let's move on to a really powerful coaching concept I want to share with you. When we communicate, there are 4 ways we send out that communication to the person who's receiving it. When you have a deeper understanding of how this works, it'll help you when a conflict comes up in your relationship or is brewing in the background of your relationship. The 4 methods of communication in marriage are what you wanted to say, what you actually said, what they heard, what they make what they heard mean. Do you see how all these 4 methods of communication can actually create misunderstanding in your marriage? As I share this technology with you, can you recall the instances where these 4 methods have influenced emotions and interactions in your marriage? In life coaching and in being a powerful ninja wife, self-awareness is crucial for the success of your marriage. The next time you choose to ignore your husband, ask yourself these powerful questions first. Am I intentionally using ignoring to retaliate as a weapon? What am I hoping to gain from this choice? Is there a more empowering way I can choose to get my point across? Or can I just ignore to excuse right now? And lastly, what is it going to cost me in my marriage to use ignoring as a tactic? Self-awareness and true ownership of self is the first step to becoming an empowered ninja wife. That's it. I hope you got value out of today's virtual coaching session. Remember, leave a question or comment below and share this video with your friends, your family, your girlfriends, if you think that they'll get value from the information shared here today as well. See you in the next video, Ninja Wife.